It here with Sudhi and Suchi.
Well, it's that time that I'm extremely excited to announce that here with the brilliant Suchi and the amazingly awesome Suchi. Sudhi is back, yes, and we have, of course, a lot of excitement and lots of good news and lots of interesting stories to share. But before we get into all of that, Suchi, I have to say this, I'm extremely tempted. Your earrings are those long ones which make me want to kind of swing on them.
Yeah, now people who are not watching and only hearing this, they won't know. But yes,
I want to swing on them.
I'm very happy that you like it. Now you can continue to tell us about what's happening in Bollywood.
Sorry, but yes. Anyway, back to Bollywood. So, as I was trying to say, Suchi, which is the fact that there is Vikram Veda, the film, has almost wrapped up.
Right.
And this has Saif Ali Khan and Hrithik Roshan, and they're going to be back on screen after Na Tum Jano Na Hum.
My God, that's a long time ago, yeah.
And they're both actually quite passionate about the project, so they've not really been taking any off days or anything like that. They've been shooting on Sundays, whether it's raining, whatever come or may, they have been trying to finish off the film. And what makes this film also very exciting is the confrontational sequences
between the two of them, right? Wow, that's going to be
There's
interesting.
going to be like a lot of fire and energy and excitement there.
Fire and energy and excitement is definitely what's going to happen when Gadar 2 happens. Believe it or not, Gadar 2 is being made by Anil Sharma, the same three people who were in Gadar 1, which means it was Sunny Deol, it was Amisha Patel, and there was Utkarsh Sharma, okay, who was a little boy at that time.
Yeah.
21 years later, 20-something years later, they're making Gadar 2, also helmed by Anil Sharma, and with the same three actors, only Utkarsh now is a bit older, but he's still playing
This can only happen in Bollywood, right?
It's going to be amazing because, 2.5 kilo ka haath is there in that one, isn't it?
You know what this also kind of reminds me of, Suchi, a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, calm down with her. But I have to share this with you. It's actually a little like Top Gun and Maverick, remember?
Oh yeah, that's coming up.
Similar,
Right?
right?
Very similar. Yeah. But Sunny Paji, Gadar 2. I wonder if Lilette will be reprising the role of, a grandmother now in this one. Yeah,
that's actually interesting.
She was Amisha's mom in Gadar 1, wasn't she? Yeah. Interesting.
What is very interesting and very heartening to know, Suchi, is that Mr. Amitabh Bachchan is back in great health. You know why I say that?
Yes.
Because every Sunday there has been this beautiful ritual that he has been conducting for ages, which is Sundays, 6 p.m. around there. A lot of people gather around his house in Juhu.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And he used to come out and he used to wave at them and he used to kind of interact with his fans. Now, unfortunately, he had stopped doing that for almost a period of about 6 months because he was not keeping well and all of that. But he has decided to restart those meetings.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
I'm sure a lot of his fans who still go and stand there despite him not coming out there, will be very, very happy to know this. But oh my God, I live in that area. It's going to be mega traffic thanks to that.
Right.
Vidya Balan, for that matter, is now, she's always lighting up the screen, right? And then we saw her recently in Jalsa, etc. And she's also all set to, to make another mark, in this film called Waiting Room, Dinesh Vijan's next film. It's about the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think it's set in a hospital or a waiting room, as the name suggests.
Right.
It's directed by Lakshman Utekar. Yeah, Mimi, I think, is one of the other films that he directed. Yeah. So one is waiting to see what Vidya Balan is going to bring to this film.
So this would be a woman-centric film.
It is. Yeah, and I'm so glad that now, movies are being made which have all these powerhouse women right there, taking the reins and saying, we can do it just as good as any hero can in Bollywood.
This man never seems to age. And I was not talking about myself. Suchi, what has happened? Why are you so distracted? Okay, fair enough.
Oof.
I know why. Because we're talking about Mr. Rampal.
My God.
Yes.
My God. I mean, like Greek God. I shouldn't be saying my God. Greek God. My God. I'm just thinking about Arjun Rampal. My heartbeat. Oh.
Has palpitations stopped now?
Still my beating heart. Yes. Arjun Rampal. Oof. Yaar. What a man. What a man.
Brood and breathe.
Man. Arjun Rampal is right here on Hear It Here, and you are about to meet him.
And Suchi, of course, is going to do a lot of other things.
Here with Sudhi and Suchi.
See, I don't know whether I'm going to be speaking much because, this is one person who I just, I guess sometimes I get tongue-tied. But welcome to Hear It Here with Sudhi and
So
Suchi.
essentially,
because-
I'll be doing the heavy lifting. This
yeah,
time
yeah,
around,
that's
yes.
true because this person who is here, I mean, how gorgeous can somebody be? Arjun Rampal, welcome to
Oh,
Hear
I thought
It
you
Here
were
with
just going to
Sudhi
talk
and
about
Suchi.
me for a second. But
Careful, here and there. Arjun.
And look who's talking.
Exactly.
The gorgeous of the rock.
Exactly.
Welcome to our show and so
Thanks,
happy to
Suchi.
have you
So
here.
great to see you after so many
I know.
years.
Years, it has been a
for
few
all
years.
of us.
For all of us,
Fascinating.
yes, it's true.
Yeah, it's good to be back doing interviews like this.
I know. London Files, so
finally.
very...
I never thought I would enjoy meeting people and do interviews.
and doing
again.
interviews and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I
because you
don't
tend to go
really-
through a weird mental space, right? So especially when you're locked down for so long
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So, but now it's good.
It's good.
Good to be back.
So, starting off with London Files, we're very excited. I've seen the trailer and it's looking damn
Like
good.
it?
Yeah, I like the trailer.
Chalo,
Definitely,
good.
definitely.
You like the show. It's
Yeah, I'm sure I will. It looks really cool. And about the character itself, how long did you take to kind of get into the skin of that character? And I do believe it kind of affected you quite a bit also because he's a serious kind of a person,
Yeah.
right?
He's broken in a way, isn't he?
Yeah. I think he's extremely relatable.
Okay.
You know, I think we all go through depression in a way.
Sure.
Yeah.
We do.
Sure.
You know, I mean, you want to admit it or not admit it, or sometimes you don't even realize
Realize it, right?
but you do go through it.
True.
Okay, sometimes we get really, really caught up with our work and you kind of ignore your personal life.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes you parent thinking, that you're doing the right thing, but actually all you're doing is pushing your
Emotions,
child
like, yeah.
away
Yeah.
without realizing it. All these things happen without you realizing it.
True.
You know, and I think Om goes through all these incidents in his life, which is extremely relatable. So, from a parenting point of view, sometimes you just miss out a certain aspect of your childhood, and you want your child to
Right.
do it,
Right.
so you can vicariously live
Live
that
through that,
moment.
yeah.
You have to kind of
through,
overcompensate as well.
Yeah.
through,
Yeah.
through it with your child.
Sure.
And he does all of those mistakes, and he pays a big price for it, and he can't come to terms with it. So, but at the same time, he is a detective who's completely dysfunctional.
Right.
He has problems of now depression. He has an addiction problem.
Right.
He is addicted to his medication. Okay,
Wow.
and that's why in the trailer it
Yes,
starts
you
with
see,
"Kabhi
yeah.
bhi main apni medication nahi leta hu."
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
मुझे
yeah.
चीजें सुनाई देती है.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not confident. I can't
Yeah.
make things out clearly. So he's all those things, and he's got this really serious case, which is a really
Sure.
high-profile case.
Right.
And the only thing that's keeping him, I think, sane is his work.
Interesting. But did it affect you per se, Arjun? Because I mean, let's face it, the format is such where it's a series.
Yes.
So you tend to kind of live through that character a lot more.
Yeah.
Did it kind of have an impact on you? Did you like
As
become
in, do you take your work home, in other
It
words?
does. I mean, you can't not.
Yeah.
right?
You know, but you kind of try to switch off at points in time, but the next morning you're back on set,
Sure.
and then you're doing
Back
the
into
same
it, yeah.
thing. So there isn't really much time to kind of switch off from it. And in any character which is intense or which is realistic, or you have to draw from personal spaces of your own, or you don't draw from them, but they are something that while doing them you're really feeling it.
Right.
It kind of becomes a part of your personality, and it kind of seeps into your thought process
sure.
and your behavioral patterns in a way. It does happen.
You know, Arjun, you've played some very, very interesting characters, be it, Arun Gowli in Daddy, your character in Rajniti, in Chakravyu, all very, very varied type of characters. What is your process when you actually get into the skin of a character? Is it, do you have, people you look at who have already played characters like that, or you bring only what you want to it?
Yeah, I never do that. I never look at anybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Because then
and
I-
unless,
I-
of course, it's a
Yeah,
biopic, so.
Suchi,
that-
for me, it is very simple. It is about belief.
Yes.
About believing that yes, this guy is real.
Yeah.
How do I make this guy real? How do I
Flesh him out.
Make just he is got breath, he is
Sure.
speaking, this is his life, and this is who he is. This is a real person.
Yeah.
How do you make somebody who you're supposed to play into a real person?
Yeah.
I think that's the key. And for that, you only have to feel. You have to feel how he would feel. And if you can feel for him, or he feels all the emotions, or what he's doing, or what he's saying,
Yeah.
you know,
Interesting.
then automatically
Tends to become palpable.
Everybody else kind of connects with that.
Interesting.
What I was interested in asking also, as you're speaking about this, you know, in the last layer, play a director, right? And, you know, a theatre director, whatever. You've never tackled theatre before, have you?
So I don't play theatre director, and I play actually a filmmaker.
Film.
He, Amitji is the theatre
Right.
actor
Actor
who I
who-
want
who's-
him
yeah,
to
play those.
play
Yeah.
the thing. Theatre, I don't know. I suffer from stage fright. So
Wow, really?
Seriously? After being a supermodel
Listen,
and all.
how many times have I tried to host a show or do any of
Right,
those
right.
things? Okay, and it's been a complete disaster. So I know I choke when there's audience out there. It's
Right.
live and all of that.
And you're like,
Amazing.
"Acha, okay, bye bye.
Yeah.
I just thought of a moniker for Arjun's character, Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Yeah.
But one place I've seen him not, you know, just lose himself to the world is music. Okay, I've seen him DJ. I've heard him DJ, and he's fab at it. Okay.
Do you play?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you
play like an instrument or
I
anything?
play the guitar a bit,
Nice.
but that was thanks to Rock On. But yeah, I like to spin.
Yeah, he likes to spin, and he does a
Nice.
very good job of it also. Do you get the time now, Arjun? I know that you love doing that because we've all, you know, we've hung out together.
Not
many
really.
years.
I've not really spun in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even through lockdown and all, I didn't spin at all because I got into listening to a lot of the old music, and I
Yeah.
got into vinyls, and I wanted to
Nice.
get this whole
Yeah.
record collection of mine going.
Nice.
Because I had this memory where my dad I'd inherited his whole record
collection, right?
Wow.
and I've shifted so many homes through the years
Right.
that slowly that whole record collection somewhere got lost.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was like really sad. So, and I kept thinking, I was like, that's one thing I really miss, you know, listening to those records which
it's-
my
it
dad
is,
used to
yes.
play.
Yeah.
So now my whole mission is to make back that record.
And that's such a beautiful mission.
Yeah.
And truly, it would be interesting for you to spin like some of the old retro
the
stuff.
vinyls,
Oh.
yeah. But it's tough to spin on vinyl, you know. That's
Yeah.
a different.
Absolutely.
That's a different technique and
Method
a different
and
method.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But talking about this, Arjun, I mean, the first thing that kind of jumps out at me whenever, I mean, I've really enjoyed your work, you know,
Thank you.
from the longest amount of time. So something that always jumped out at me, Suchi, was the fact that a lot of your films, when you started, were not doing that well commercially, but everyone had something nice to say about your performances. What was it like for you to kind of constantly go through that journey when the film is not doing that great,
Yeah.
but your performance is being appreciated? And what was that like for you in
It's
terms
not
of
nice. I mean, it's
Yeah.
something where you go through. You feel a sense of rejection. You feel a sense of.
And even though you want the whole film and
Yeah,
everybody
Exactly,
else
yeah.
to do well,
work,
yeah, that's
so it's not just about you. When a film
Yeah.
doesn't do well, no matter how good you are in the film or how bad you are in the film,
Sure,
nobody
sure.
cares. Okay, and in the industry, which is hard, you know, your opportunities and the choices that start coming towards you, they kind of dry up. So, but the beauty of being an actor is how you can constantly reinvent yourself.
Sure.
You know,
Yes.
it gives you the opportunity to constantly go out there and do something, you know. So you can suddenly come with one really nice performance and everybody's like, wow, you
Yeah,
know,
true.
where is this
Yeah.
person? And suddenly you have a lot of work and you make the same mistakes of,
Right.
you know, doing that.
Right.
So for me, I mean, it's been a learning. It's been something which is a part of a journey, which was real, and which is not something which didn't teach me a lot. It taught me a lot. It taught me to be patient. It taught me to make the right choices, and it also taught me who to work with and who not to work with.
Nice.
You know, so I think that's in a nutshell that, and everything happens for a reason. You know,
Sure.
I think somewhere maybe I would not have evolved into who I am as an actor if maybe some of
didn't
those
go through all
films
of that,
worked.
yeah.
Worked, right.
Yeah.
And sometimes a bad film working can really throw you off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're like, ये क्या है?
Yeah, अभी
In
यही
swinging
करता हूँ।
yoga bouncer थी ये, तो समझ नहीं आई।
यही करनी है.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then suddenly you are part of a series of bad
Right,
films.
right.
So,
But I want to add something to that in terms of the way you've talked about how it's helped you as a human being. Also, one thing is the fact that there's an evolution of you as an actor. Seen that happen.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, yeah, and also you got to thank all those people who gave you those opportunities to come back, you know.
Speaking of opportunities, what is that one opportunity or which genre of film would you want to get an opportunity at which you haven't tackled yet?
Properly, which I haven't tackled yet, which I would really like to do, honestly, would be a great comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Nice.
everyone,
Everyone,
why
yeah, you know,
why are
yeah.
people making more comedies? You know, everyone seems to want to do that. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's just taken too
I think a
seriously.
great
Yeah.
comedy, you
Yeah.
know, but real and
Yeah.
quirky
Yeah.
and, you know, maybe a little dark.
Yeah,
you know, and
definitely
twisted.
should be
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, it should. If somebody writes a great script like
But
that.
do you think that tests, as an actor, Arjun, does that test your mettle in terms of you doing comedy? Do you feel that way?
No, it's not about me testing anything.
No, I'm
It's
saying
about-
generally speaking, because a lot of times a person has, as an actor, you want to take up that challenge because the timing has to be damn good and all of those
Timing
factors.
and all comes, you know what
Fair
I mean?
enough.
It comes with the writing. It comes
Yeah.
with the situation. It
Or your
comes
director,
with,
yes.
you know, just the expressions
Sure,
or all
sure.
of that. Like, I mean, I've done A House Full and I've done,
Yes,
you
yes.
know, stuff like that. And that was all about timing.
True.
It's about sometimes just keeping a straight face when
Yeah.
you have
When
to
everybody else-
crack up.
Yeah.
You know, so... but I think it's all about the writing. If you get
So
a
true.
really
So
good subject which, you know, kind of lends itself, and then
Yeah.
of course if it is crazy slapstick, maybe it wouldn't
Yeah,
work with
yeah.
me, you
Yeah.
know, but otherwise, yeah, I think I would
That's
like to
nice.
explore.
Football is something that you're very interested in as well. Do you get enough time to play?
Not anymore.
Oh, you've not been
anymore,
playing?
No, because the last time I went, I had a really bad accident. I tore my ACL.
Oh,
And yeah, so now I can't get onto a football pitch ever again.
damn, I was hoping that you were going to start playing again because I love to play the game and I was
Yeah,
hoping that
I've torn my ACL.
So
I don't have an
meniscus-
ACL.
meniscus torn.
Meniscus also gone.
Same
Meniscus
here.
went when I was playing tennis, and so ACL had gone, and now meniscus is gone. I had surgery for the meniscus.
this leg 4 times broken.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
You-
the ACL and
No,
meniscus.
knee twice,
Two broken
shins.
soldiers here talking about
Ankle,
all their aches
yeah.
and pains.
So
really.
now I don't know, when I get time, I think I'll go in for an ACL reconstruction. But till then, I have to just run in a straight line.
Now, before we let you go, Arjun, one thing about Arjun Rampal, of course, I told them that you DJ, but one other thing about Arjun Rampal that people don't really know about. What is it that you do maybe to unwind? What is, you know, for your own time, your alone time? How do you spend?
One thing they don't know about me.
You
I
sing,
wake up
you know.
actually really early in the morning these days.
Oh.
And I go to bed by 10. So I'm very boring.
No, but that's brilliant,
Yeah.
man. It
Yeah.
honestly is.
Yeah,
It
I
really-
wake up at 5 and I go to bed by 10.
Wow.
That no wonder
I
you're
have
like
my
the fountain
dinner-
of youth
and
and
I
all
have- and I
that.
have my dinner at 7 p.m.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to me.
My condolences for that, Arjunam. Yes.
Wonderful to have you
I
on
killed
here.
that Arjun.
Yeah, gone.
Maybe Om can find who finally did it.
Yeah, that's why I could play Om.
But lovely, thank you for being on here at your Arjun.
No, it's
yes,
always
all
a
the very
pleasure.
best. Looking forward to London Files and everything
And I'm
else.
really looking forward to this. It's going to be
Absolutely.
like amazing fun, I think.
Yeah.
It is going to be good.
It's going to be
Let me know
for
what
sure.
you all thought.
Absolutely.
For sure, for
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here with Sudhi and Suchi.
Adorable human being, and oh my God, so
I'll
handsome.
just let you talk.
Oh,
I-
so
yeah,
handsome. Oof, yeah, that's like the perfect Indian face.
It is.
You know, I mean, how does anybody listen or look at anything else? I'm just looking, oh. You know, I love you, Arjun. Always have, always will. But so nice to talk to him. He's just so cool, isn't it?
I thought you were going to say something about me, but no.
No, Arjun, he always has been like this really cool dude. And he will remain that cool dude. And we love you, Arjun.
You know, Suchi, it's always exciting, and I've seen this, I've observed this, I'm sure so have you. Things really get trendy in Bollywood.
Yeah, totally.
So when the Balakot strikes took place,
Yes.
a lot of filmmakers registered their names of their films, like, you know, Uri, or for that matter, Airstrike, or things like
Balakot,
that.
yeah.
But now what's happening is, the new trend is, which is after Kashmir, files. So a lot of filmmakers want files
As part of the title.
Exactly.
Of course, yeah, I heard that, names have been registered already for the Punjab files, the Gujarat files, the Bihar files.
The Kerala files?
The Kerala files, they tried to get that, but apparently that was already taken by somebody.
Okay.
So it's called the Kerala Story. That's Vipul Amritlal Shah has taken that.
Okay.
But another one called the London Files has been taken by Jar Pictures. You know,
We
who
had
made,
talked to Arjun about this.
Yes, so Arjun, that stars Arjun Rampal and Purab Kohli and Sapna Pabi, and it's a thriller. Spy. Thriller,
Universe thriller scenario.
Yeah. So, well, God knows how many more files here.
But this one is important to mention, Suchi, because the director who made Masan and Newton,
Yes.
he is making a film which is called Unnao Files, which is actually based on the rape case that took place in Unnao.
Wow, that's going to be a serious one, huh?
It will be.
वो फाइल तो खोलनी ही पड़ेगी यार, and we'll have to
बहुत
see. हाँ, बहुत ज़रूरी है, and we hope that that one also does really well, along with all of these commercial blockbusters that are coming up, being called file this and file that and file this.
You please file this.
You go and stand in the line. And you stand in the file.
Triplicate.
File.
I'll stand in the file, yes.
Okay.
Suchi, I know you said it.
न जाओ सैया छुड़ा के बैया कसम तुम्हारी मैं रो पड़ूंगी क्यों
Very
रो
convincing.
पड़ूंगी very convincing. That was very convincing. And also क्यों रो पड़ूंगी is because we have to go.
Why again?
Because we have to go, because there's so much information about Bollywood which we still have to give you, but for that there's another episode of Here It Here with Sudhi and Suchi, and we will be back very soon right here for you to know everything that's going on about Bollywood, in, out, around, and then some.
Here it here with Sudhi and Suchi.